You both should be showing off the character of Christ. So before pursuing being exclusive or marriage prayerfully or marriage, you got to ask some questions. What have I learned about this person's relationship with God? That's very important.
Very important.
You got to learn about the strengths and weaknesses that you have seen. Can you put up with these weaknesses of this person?
That's a question to ask.
Yeah, can I put up with their weaknesses? When Brandon and I, we both had weaknesses and strengths that we brought into the marriage. But we had to sit down and see, can I put up with the weaknesses that I have seen? And knowing that in a marriage, we're both going to grow.
Supposed to.
Yeah, we're both supposed to grow, especially as a relationship that reflects Christ. We both are going to grow.
There you go.
So we got to make sure that we're willing to help each other grow to be the man or woman that we're supposed to be. That's why you can't afford to be wasting your time in a relationship with someone that's not going anywhere.
That's right.
It was someone that just want to kick it and have a good time. You just can't do that. When we are followers of Christ, we have to date with intention. We have to know that this relationship is going somewhere. That this is a relationship that's going to glorify God. Because God, when He put two people together, He don't put us together just to have a good time. God puts us together for a purpose, and you must realize that. When God put Bernie and I together, it was more than me and Bernie just getting a person that we can love on each other and all that. God saw the bigger picture. He saw more than that. He saw that our marriage would be a reflection of Him out here in this world and in our home. So He saw the bigger picture. So when you pull a person into your life that's not going where God has called them to go, they don't even want nothing to do with God, and you're going with God, and you know what your purpose is, God gets no glory out of that. So we got to make sure that we yoked up with the right person.
Right.
And learning who this person is and knowing when to cut off people. You got to know when to cut off people. When you see that this person is not reflecting Christ, this person is not going nowhere, and you learn that about them, but you bring them over into the earning stage, you can't do that. Go ahead, baby.
You don't need unnecessary baggage. You don't need it. You don't need anything that's going to slow you down.
Yes,
you don't need anything that's going to stop your flow. You need to be flowing together in the Lord.
Yes, Lord.
And if you're not flowing together in the Lord, then you're wasting your time.
Wasting your time.
You don't have time to waste. That's a key. We need to be more mature-minded in relationships. It's not a game, like I said earlier. It's not a game. When you're in a relationship, that's supposed to be leading toward marriage and relationship. And if it's not leading toward marriage, then stop.
That's right. It ain't all about the cute face, the nice body and all. It ain't all about that. Because the Bible specifically tells us that beauty fades.
It does.
So when you're 20 years old, you got it popping everywhere. Once you get 60, 70 years old, everything ain't where it used to be. And if you base your relationship on that, you're going to go and get you a younger model. That's what people are doing right now.
That's what the world does. The world goes out there.
The world is not only doing that, the people that say they're believers are doing that also. We've seen a lot of people that leaving their wife of 30 years and going now and getting somebody else,
this is true.
A younger person.
This is true.
But we have to make sure that we're getting married for the right reasons. We got to make sure that we're dating for the right reasons. We got to make sure that we're doing it God's way, because God has a purpose for us. And if we bring a person into our life and that person is not the person that God has ordained you to live your life with, you are just wasting your time.
You are.
So we got to stop wasting our time, because God has a purpose for us.
Yes, He does.
What Bernie and I are doing right now, God has a purpose for us.
Yes.
He put us together for a reason, and we realize that. And we know that the enemy is going, when God brings two people together, the enemy is going to be behind you. He's going to try to stop you. He don't want you to get together. And then if you do get together, he's going to try to make you go apart from each other so that the plan of God cannot be carried out. But we know the wiles of the enemy. Yeah. We know how to stop him. We know that we're a target for the enemy. You got to know that I'm a target for the enemy. But greater is He that is in me than he that is in the world. And we know that we have power and authority over the enemy. So when the enemy comes to try to break this up, we know that what God has joined together, let no man put asunder. The enemy can't break us up. We can lay down what we have and we can give in to the enemy. But we know that God has a purpose for us being together. And when you look at your relationship, you need to know that God has a purpose for putting you two together. Once you understand that, your fight becomes different now.
That's right.
You know that if you break this up, then what's the purpose?
That's right.
Then you go find you somebody else that you're not even destined to be with. So you work on your issues. You work on the problems that you have. The enemy wants to bring those problems, want them to be so overwhelming to you, and you feel like you can't make it. But one can chase 1,000, two can chase 10,000. So when we come together on one accord, there's nothing that the enemy can do with us because we're stronger together. And we're on one accord. So in that learning stage, make sure that you're yoking yourself up with the right person. And when you're bringing them, show that person to Christ. Is this a person that I can go through life with? Is this a person that they can support me? I can support them. You know, you don't want to marry nobody that you are trying to outdo each other.
No,
you don't want to marry anybody that you're opposing each other. And you know, you want to marry somebody y'all can support each other. You can push each other forward in the things of God, because the enemy has a plan for our marriage. He wants our marriage to go
to destroy it.
Destroy it.
Yeah.
But I thank God.
We should not be in a relationship where we're competing against one another.
That's it.
We should not be where we're bringing baggage. You know, a relationship should bring plus in your life. It should be positive in your life. It should bring more strength to your life, more love to your life, more togetherness, working on one accord with one another. You should be in step with one another. You should not be thinking about, oh, I can do this here. I'm gonna do this over here, because you don't know how to do this here. When you're supposed to be helping one another, because you're a couple, help one another to achieve. We don't take on unnecessary baggage. We don't allow nobody to come into our life that's gonna bring us down.
Right.
You don't do that. You don't allow nobody that's gonna bring you down. They're supposed to be bringing you up. If they can't bring you up, then they're supposed to be there.
That's right. So a lot of single people ask God to send them the right person. But a wiser prayer is, Lord, give me the wisdom to recognize the right person and the character to become the right person. You know, a lot of us want the man of God, we want the woman of God, but what character are you reflecting? What character are you working in? Make sure that you're the right person, so that when you see that person, you'll know that person just for who that is, because God will show you that's the person. Many men and women, God have told them, that's the person for you. That's your wife. That's your husband. And then you get to know that person, and then you realize that the character that that person has is what you've been wanting to see in a relationship all along. That's why we can't rush the process. We can't rush through that learning stage to try to get you a husband or try to get you a wife. So the goal is not simply to find somebody who loves you. Like we said, Bernie and I, we loved each other. But we knew God had a bigger picture. We didn't know how big that picture was until we got married and said, I do. And then we saw the plan of God unfolding. Because God will show you one step, but then you got to start work. You got to keep walking it out. Walking it out. And then when you say, I do, God will show you everything that he had planned for you. He's still showing you in steps, but you'll see the bigger picture now. Bernie and I, we look at each other sometimes, we say, now we see why the enemy tried all his best to keep us in a bad relationship, to keep us down, to get us hurt, so that we'll never heal, so that we wouldn't be able to see each other. But I thank God that when you going through those bad relationships, and you're allowing God to heal you, you'll be able to say, okay, and hear God say the time is right now.
Here's a question. Now
you can find the person. What did it say? Okay. We have a question here. It says, Apostle and Prophetess, please, when a believer finds an unbeliever and things not to work as it used to be, where's the way forward?
The way forward.